Welcome to another Wednesday morning lecture with IBIZ Marketing Academy. It is Wednesday morning. We're April 21st, a day away from Earth Day. And this month we're celebrating Earth Day, Earth Month. So actually it should be every day Earth Day. But April 22nd is the day where it's being celebrated since the 70s. And we're here to see as business owners, as responsible business owners and responsible entrepreneurs to our communities. We want to make sure also we have the responsibility to make sure, we are running a business that can be as much eco-friendly as possible. We know in some cases it's pretty hard, but there's a few things we can do. But before we get started, let me mention a little bit about us. My name is Ernesto Comodo. IBIZ Marketing Academy is an online-only academy dedicated for the small business or the entrepreneur, or even if you have an idea of starting a business and you want to know a little bit more and what it takes, what are the marketing tools that you need. So we cater for like e-commerce business owners. If you have a service, if you're local, if you serve to your local community. We're here in Los Angeles, California, but we can help small business pretty much anywhere in the world. The concepts are pretty global, as I would say. And we can be your coach, your digital coach on different marketing items you might need. And we also give a lot of tips on how you can do it yourself. You have a lot of do-it-yourself tips on digital marketing. So let's talk about how to make your brand more eco-friendly. Now, switching your business to a more eco-friendly can save your company money in the long run. It can also add to the list of things that sets your brand apart from your competitors, so you can get a competitive advantage of doing this. The recent pandemic that we're experiencing has made a shift in the minds of most consumers. It makes them leaner, more aware, and more thrifty. The outbreak of the coronavirus has also clearly demonstrated the destructive effect of production on the environment, as well as the ability to regenerate once most of the harmful processes stopped around the world. As we will see, like, a really nice clear skies or pastures being really green after, a lot of the movement stopped during the pandemic. So this morning, I want to explore ways how to make your brand more friendly by striving to become sustainable and ethical brand while working on consumer consciousness and aspirations. So we're going to go over some ideas of being eco-friendly. We're also going to talk about how you can carbon offset and some certifications that you might want to get. It really depends on the industry, but we'll go over that. First, I want to show you guys some, since it's Earth Month and Earth Day is tomorrow, we have a lot of, we're getting a lot of, I don't know, you guys probably are, but I'm getting a lot of Earth-related, Earth Month-related marketing. And so you can see how even like bigger brands are starting to, lean more towards a conscious consumer. We see here with Starbucks, an example, Heinz, how they're making, the plant bottle base, 30% made from plants, 100% recyclable bottle. So that's their way to contribute. Levi's, less water in their jeans. 40 is the same grade Levi's jeans for 17,000 people. It's a year's worth of clean drinking water. Adidas is also, one of the most famous shoes. Stan Smith is starting to be more sustainable They're using less plastic waste. And they're doing a few, I think the packaging also is being a lot more recyclable. Even with the beer company, Stella Artois, they're making a new lightweight bottle. So the glass is a little bit lighter, less glass usage. Some of the top companies in the world right now going, zero waste are listed here above. And you can see Subaru, most of them are car companies, Subaru, Toyota, General Motors, and of course, technology, Google, Microsoft, Sierra Nevada, the New Belgium brewing companies, Vineyard, Unilever, and Procter & Gamble. So I just showing you that as an example that we can see some huge companies going to zero waste. The zero waste philosophy utilizes the implementation of strategy and resources and innovative tools in order to completely eliminate waste rather than manage via landfill. Zero waste companies are not only beneficial for the environment, but also the economy and many communities around the world. By developing programs and policies for reducing, reusing, and recycling materials that would otherwise be destined for less desirable outcomes, these zero waste companies are leading the charge. Becoming a zero waste company has multiple benefits. Firstly, it can save your business the cost of waste management and disposal, as well as the regulatory complications that can accompany emissions and waste generations. Secondly, you can brand and market your business as a green business. I say in quotations because you want to make sure you're doing what you say you're doing. Otherwise, as we mentioned in previous webinars, that it can be pretty damaging for your reputation if you say things that you're not doing. So make sure and consumers are getting more aware of that too. So they're gonna search you up if you really continue claiming that you're a green business. And customers do want to see proof that you're environmentally responsible operation and you support the businesses you say you support. So but then if you do it, on the other hand, the other side of the spectrum, becoming a zero waste company can help you build trust with customers, your trading partners, and your local communities. They're going to like you a lot more. You may also be interested in achieving a zero landfill to keep pace with your competitors. Also related to a competitive advantage, eliminating waste production in your operation can improve the material flow and lower the cost of your business, critical to strategies such as lean manufacturing. Thus, avoiding and eliminating waste can help the bottom line of your business in those multiple ways. Now, there is a zero waste certification available, and that is administered by the Zero Waste is ZWII, which is Zero Waste International Alliance. And what that does, for eligible businesses, you can be an institution, including schools, colleges, universities, hospitals, prisons, and other government facilities. You can be a commercial place, an industrial, including manufacturing, venues, and even events. Non-governmental organizations and social enterprises can also be can get a zero waste certificate. Now, some of the requirements will be that your project has achieved over 90% of greater overall diversion from landfill incineration, which is waste to energy, and the environment for solid non-hazard waste for the most recent 12 months. Diverted materials are reduced, reused, recycled, composted, and other recovered for productive use in nature economy. The project needs to meet all federal, state, provincial, and local solid waste and recycling laws and regulations. Project complies with all air, water, and discharge permits required for collection, handling, or processing of materials. Project has data documenting a base of year or waste diversion and measurements since the base year that adjusts for changes in size, type, and nature of business. The project also needs to submit 12 months of waste diversion data. And the project should not exceed a 10% contamination level of any materials that leave the site. Companies can submit a case study of zero waste initiatives to the website. The website in the US, it will be the truegbci.org. And we'll put this in the notes after this webinar, if anyone's interested in looking into it, what it requires. Now, it's all good. And it'd be great to have zero waste certificate for most companies. I think is a good thing to have, but we understand for a small business, it could be a little bit cumbersome. Also, we have the implication of costs. These organizations, they do charge, it depends on your size, but it's around $1,500. And you need to renew every year. So you're paying maybe around $500 a year. So if it's not feasible, at least I welcome all businesses to at least look at it, and you start creating an audit and seeing how you can do it yourself. I mean, you don't need an organization to give you a certification to do good to the world. I think you can still do a lot of great things to reduce your carbon footprint without the need of certification. And you can also provide proof depending on what you're trying to do, such as, if you're going to make a smaller package, if you're using 100% recyclable materials. And then if you're also doing, events in the community to promote, clean the street day, you can sponsor that event, clean the beach day. So there's few ideas also that can run around. Now, we understand that for not every business is feasible to be zero waste. So we have also what is called the carbon offset. There's several companies that will do it. And showing you here an example. So you guys can have a visual what the carbon offset entail. So even when we do a lot to reduce our carbon footprint, most of us can't reduce it to zero. Emissions reduction projects are the only way to negate the impact of this remaining carbon CO2 emissions. And then, so you're still going to have those emissions, but you can offset with credits or certificates that you can purchase from, there's several companies that will do it. And what they do, they have projects such as replanting, reforestation projects, such as clean water projects. So let's say you waste something equivalent of 500 trees per year, or 1,000 trees per year of your waste. You can pay some of these carbon offset certifications, and they will replant the trees for you. So it's kind of something to be aware of too, is like our guilty conscience can say, by no means you want to not try to not make more waste, like like our guilty conscience will appear. We can continue to fill up our SUVs and fly around the world with the land concern about our impact on the planet. And then you buy yourself a clean conscience by paying someone else to undo the harm that you're causing. So that's not the point of the carbon offset. And I know some airlines will do this, like they'll, as soon as they start creating more flights, they will start all of a sudden supporting these projects on reforestation, instead of looking at the bigger picture of trying to figure out cleaner ways or more energy efficient ways that they can go about it. But at the end of it, you cannot be zero waste. You also want to support maybe some of these causes if you can. And here on the screen, I put a few options that we have. We have, and each one, you want to look at it. Each one also has like their calculator, so you can you calculate how much carbon footprint you're using. And if you pay them for if you support, and they also show the project, so you can support maybe a project in the US, they have project in the Amazon rainforest, they have projects in Africa. So you can do, you can pick and choose where you want to do, so what you feel passionate about, and then you support those causes. So you can say, okay, my business is wasting 1,000 tons of emission per year. And then they will automatically calculate how much it will cost to offset that. So you might be, $500 you have to pay per year, and then you pay, and you're gonna get this certificate that you can show on your website, you can show your marketing material, and you work for both ways, because you're not only, showing it to your consumers, but also your consumer is starting to get a conscious that, they might also want to do it. So it does a ripple effect. So I don't think this is just a marketing ploy, but I think is a good thing to also start opening conscious of your consumers, of your community, or where you're at, just by seeing these certificates as well. So a few of these are, TerraPass, which is a carbon footprint. The one at the top. You also have the carbonfund.org and Cool E Effect. So, and as you see here on the right, like this is some of the projects that you can be part of. Now, in conclusion of this, I encourage all businesses to make April a month where they can audit their business for sustainability. This is something that we should really look into, maybe every year. If you're a business owner, just put in your calendar, April, I'm gonna do an audit on my business, see how well we're doing as far as sustainability. You can use a encourage everybody to use a carbon footprint calculator just to get a rough idea how much waste you guys are generating. And then also another thing is look at your trash, your business trash. You will see exactly what's going to waste, and you can start generating some ideas. What can you reuse or what can you do differently? And the other ideas is look at your energy use. And look at your products, if you don't have any products, you might have, packages. You might use of your printer. You can, offset a few ways to do it. You can go paperless. So there's a lot of different things. For tomorrow being Earth Day, I also would like, if all of you can set up a goal, also select a large goal to get to zero waste. And also, so, maybe it's not something that's going to be by next week, but maybe a large goal that, you can attain in 5 years from now, 2 years from now. Nike has the same proposition. They planning to do in 5 years, go, to zero waste. But it does take time, so we understand that. But at least have that as your goal, and then a short-term goal that can be achieved in the next 30 days. It can be as simple as going to switching your hosting to a renewable hosting company. Something, simple as that, but at least you have a small win. In the long term, this will incur costs, but in the long run, you will end up saving money while helping the planet and building a competitive advantage. As I mentioned earlier, as an entrepreneur, we're seen as the leaders and of the business of a community, and with a leader, as a leader, we have the responsibility to do well to the planet. So I hope you all got something from it. If you can, if you're watching us on Facebook Live, please, on the comments, put something that you think of doing for your business to help the planet. We'd like to see what all the ideas are that everybody has, and we'll put some of ours too. So as we end April next week will be the last Wednesday morning lecture for April, and we're going to discuss how to locate a cause that aligns with your brand. So stay tuned for April 28th at 9 a.m. We'll see you then. In the meantime, feel free to join us, members.ebiz Marketing Academy. Check us out. We're having free membership right now. 100% free. You get the 30-day challenge, a daily challenge that will improve your business in just 30 days from following just simple daily tips. And you also have courses and other coaching advices that can help with your marketing endeavors for your business. So see you. So check it out, and we'll see you all next week. Okay. Have a good one.